Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So what we're going to do today is try to kind of finish up in this Steampunk Fantasy Journal. And I already stitched the signature in, which I will play right now for you, a little video on me doing that. It'll just have some music with it. I just find that easier. I always seem to get all discombobulated when I'm trying to talk and sew it in. It went in super easy, so I think that's just a better way to do it. So it'll just be a quick little video connected right here where you'll see me stitching the signature. Be right back. Okay, so I've gotten quite a bit done in here, and sorry, I worked on that over the weekend while the Glowforge was cutting in that, so that's why there's no videos for that, but you've seen the cover and the little booklet that we made together, so that's tucked in this front pocket. And then I've glued these pages. Remember, they were just flaps of paper because this was that really long kind of legal size paper that's been coffee dyed. And then I just added like a cluster on there and put a couple of the tags from the kit, the Steampunk Fantasy, and added, like this one I added the butterfly too, and on the other one I added the little sort of collage down there at the bottom with the gears and all that. And then this pocket we did together, I added one of the tags from the kit just tucked in behind it, so I just glued it like that. And then I made just a little sort of pocket with the slide that Carol Laws sent me with the Sherlock Holmes journal. And then these are from my porch prints, just some little tags tucked in there so you can see them through the window there. And I added a little tab at the top of this slide, you know, put an eyelet in, just a bulb pin with some little bits. There's a little cog there. And then on the other side, it also has a spot for a little tag or two tucked in there. And I don't think I did anything on these pages. This is that envelope that was in the middle. I did all kinds of stuff to this. Added a tag to, this is the flap of the envelope. So I just cut the envelope open. So this is the front of the envelope with the window. To the flap, I added a large tag out of coffee dyed paper. Then there's just a little tuck. This is one of the cards that's in the Steampunk Fantasy Journal kit, and I just added a long tag that goes there, and this tag opens and has writing. That's why I didn't do any stitching, because I just didn't, you know, want to do it with all that opening and flapping and stuff. And then I just added her there. I was going to leave it all plain, but this way when you close the window, or close it, you can see through the window the lady there. So that's why that's there. But there's still a little writing space there. And this is our little corner tuck. I just backed the tag and put a little number here and stitched around it on a cog up there, paper cog. And I haven't put anything back here, but you could tuck another tag or something under there. This page I added on to, I can't remember if I told you guys this, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating. But anyway, this is the center of the signature. I just took another sheet of paper, you know, cut it down a little bit so that it would fit and not be too far into the fold, and glued it down this side, across the bottom, and up this side. So it makes a large pocket here where there's a tag as well. So that just goes in there like that, and that opens, and you can write a little something there. I added that. That's this is all the gears and stuff in the background. So I added this so you could write on it. And then of course you can write here. And this is from my Cat's Meow digital. I was trying to think if it was the Dog Days or the Cat's Meow. The Cat's Meow doesn't have any stamping here. The Dog Days does. So that's the only difference between those two. And there's the center. And I don't think I did a whole lot on any of these pages, so we're going to add more stuff, but this is just where we're at. And this is the other side of the envelope. So I'm thinking I want to put a pocket on this, just to, you know, have another little something. I just did a little collage here out of different bits of paper and whatever. And then these are dyed papers, and this is one of my guest checks from the hashtag 50 stack challenge, the first one. She just had the steampunk look, and I liked her on this kind of browns and golds and that, so I just paper clipped her up there, and I glued this piece down and just put a piece of dyed paper tucked in behind her, and that opens this we made together. It has the little pad of paper on the inside and all that. I don't want to take that off right now. And then this coffee dyed paper, and then this was my short video yesterday. So, and that's from my 50 stack challenge as well. So that one just tucks in there. I added to it, obviously. So that is where we're at. So today I think we're going to make a long sort of a pocket, because obviously long is the thing of the day, right? When we're doing these tall skinny journals, is to come up with things that are tall and skinny. So I'm going to do this folded up, and I did something like this for the 50 stack challenge too, where I had them oriented this way with the flap that folded over. But this one we're going to orient this direction. And these are old flashcards that these ones were gifted to me, I think, but I've seen them on Etsy. So you can't, you know, you can get them. They're not like impossible to get or anything. I have seen them on there. And I'm just going to do a score sort of like right under this, well, kind of right on it, I guess, since I'm going sideways. And then we'll just go like that. Oh, and it cracked. So I will put some tape on there. That happens quite frequently with old bits and pieces. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking for something that might be interesting. I mean, this will work, but I kind of want something with something on it. Something with something, you know. So how you guys all doing today? I hope you are fantastic. You can also use washi, but I just want to use a piece of paper. I had a wonderful weekend. Of course, got to cry yesterday because my son left. I'm such a lala. Oh my gosh, am I the worst? I can't help it. My husband's always like, why do you have to cry? It's like, I can't help it. It's just, ugh. I don't like it when they both leave, you know. It's like if one of them's here, that does help my attitude, but when they both leave, it's just like I'm a big baby. So anyway, but we had a nice weekend. It was so awesome to hang out with him and get to see him last week and everything. So he did work some, so that was good for his pocketbook. But it's just nice to see him. I mean, we didn't do any exciting things, but that's okay. So yeah, these old pieces of paper or whatever, if you fold it and it splits, the best thing is just add like some washi or a piece of paper or whatever. It just will help so it doesn't just fall off, you know, obviously. But yeah, we had a nice weekend and a nice week, you know, because he was here for a week, so that was good. Went real fast. And my daughter this week she went up to the mountains to stay in a cabin for a few days with her friends for spring break, so I probably won't see a whole lot of her. I think I might put him on here. That's just one of the images from the Steampunk Fantasy. All my digital downloads are 30% off right now, if you didn't see my little notes and whatnot that I put out when I have sales. I think I'll take a little off the back. I need to take, I really kind of just want to mess this top up because I don't want to take off a lot of his cool hat. But we will have to take some off the bottom, obviously. Okay. I've had lots of suggestions. You guys are so sweet and awesome. About the cat, like getting a collar for him. And the reason he isn't wearing a collar already is because he scratches his neck up really bad when I put a collar on him. I tried to train him with that when he was a kitten, you know, so that he'd have a collar so he wouldn't get lost. But he is what you might call a pill. And he doesn't really like to do anything that he doesn't want to do. So I know that's pretty normal for cats, but he seems to be extra because I see people with Persians on Instagram and wherever combing them, and they're just all purry and rolling around. And I've been combing Pasha daily since I got him as a kitten, and he hates it. He's fine if you just comb around his face, then he's purry. But if you try to comb any other part of his body, which, as you know, their back legs and everything get all tangled up mess, he doesn't want any part of it. And he bites and, you know, does the cat stuff. So anyways, the collar thing just doesn't really work with him, unfortunately. I would love it to, because then obviously that would have been a very easy problem to solve. They would have known our phone number very quickly after they got home with him in their car. But he doesn't cooperate, so. And I tried different collars and whatever. He just, something about it around his neck. But we might have to just let him be itchy scratchy, I guess, because I don't want him to be lost for good, you know. But I thank you guys, because you guys are awesome and trying to help me. Trying to help me with my little monster. He is such a stinker. He really, really, really is just like having a toddler, honestly. He's always up to something. His new thing is in the middle of the night, he just gets playing with one of his toys and just hollering his head off. It's like, dude, it's like 3 a.m. Could you not right now? I got him, I told you guys he has a pool noodle. Well, I call it a pool noodle. It's not. It's from packaging because it's a tiny, tiny little styrofoam, you know, noodle type thing, but it's tiny. Like the size of a ruler. And he just carries that around with his in his mouth and just yowling and being a complete kook. I don't know if he thinks it's a snake or what, but he is the great white hunter. That's what we call him. That's what he thinks. He's so silly. I'm going to just put a little notch in there because I didn't think of that until just now. So let's see, there it is. I'm just going to put like a tiny little, because I don't want to cut all of that away that I just did. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm going to put a little notch. It didn't want to at all. I'm going to rough this up a little bit too. Okay. So I like that. I like to leave the numbers so you can see them, but of course you can completely cover these if that's how you like it to be. I don't like to cover them entirely. I mean, like, I think I'm going to put this on here. I might just actually kind of take some of this out so you can see some of the one at least. So I can put it somewhere else. But these are just fun, simple, and again, this is something you could probably mass make and just maybe put a few little neutral type scraps on, and then when you decide where you're gonna, where its eventual home will be, you could add bits of decorative goodies to it. So if you wanted to mass make them, you definitely could do that. I'm gonna actually get rid of some of that. Yesterday, I finally went out and grabbed the birdhouse outside and painted it, and it looks so much better. But now the birds probably won't like it because it smells like new paint. So who knows if they'll end up laying any eggs in it or not this year, but it looks better. It was a really big mess. So that was one project I did yesterday. And worked on my journal while I was cutting on the Glowforge. Because I want to get this one done. Although, you know, I love this too. But I want to start, Carol Laws and I are going to start another collaboration on the Entirely Bonkers, the Alice in Wonderland digital. And I'm thinking if it's okay with Carol, and I haven't asked her a date yet, but maybe next week we'll be able to start that. So that would be fun. That's if she is ready. And this time we aren't going to send them to each other. We'll just, you know, kind of make them at the same time. It's just fun to see what somebody else comes up with, you know, with the same kit. So, and that was a lot of fun to do with the Sherlock one. Makes it less lonely. I want it all inked in there. Yes, I like that very much. Okay, so we'll just glue those sides, and then, oh wait, let's not glue the sides quite yet. I think I'm going to put a little thumb notch over here, and it is going to be a little higher because I don't want to put it, you know, in the pocket itself, but I just want something because I'm going to also make it a side tuck on the journal. I guess I could have glued the pocket first, huh? Since I didn't poke the hole in the pocket. It's not going to be as tall and skinny now that I folded it. but it'll still be kind of a long-ish, skinny-ish pocket. I don't know if this will fit in there now. I just realized it might be, I don't know. We're going to try that. We might be able to cut a little bit off of it. That's from the kit. And then this will go inside of here, but we need to do something to it. This is one I just made with scraps. This is from my industrial digital. It goes pretty well with this. That butterfly is way too big now. Could cut this one. Oh, I'll try to not cut the flowers in half. But part of the thing is, I was trying to tell my kids, and they don't believe me, because they're like, Pasha does not miss us, Mom. And I think, like, he does not love being mugged by them, because they kind of do mug him a little more than, like, Sean and I do. But I think he does miss them, because he didn't do it the whole time they were here. But then last night, like I told you, at like 3 a.m., he's upstairs here. And then he comes downstairs and does it too. But upstairs, just meowing so loud. Like he's looking for them. Or looking for... I don't know. It might be kind of like Joel's too. Because, you know, he did have a buddy. But I don't know. Whatever it is, it's like Pasha. He's just a pill. Sometimes I can cut these out real fast. I apologize. Sometimes it just takes me forever. Because it's, you know, one of those things. But I guess there's that thing called the fast forward button. So if I'm totally driving you crazy, you can fast forward, and I understand entirely. That's why I just decided to do the whole music and letting you see me cut or sew in the signature, because I don't know why I struggle with that so much, but I do. And not gonna lie. Okay, it needs a little more color too, I think. I made this a while back, so I didn't make it for this. It's supposed to go like this, but we're just gonna steal a piece of it. I think maybe we'll just kind of put it up here. I feel like I've used that 785 a million times on this journal, but it just seems to go well. Yeah, I think I'll go that way. I just stamped all over the scraps when I was, after I colored them with the Tim Holtz inks. Which works wonderfully. Especially if you don't have a lot of papers in certain colors, you know, because I don't use a lot of these bright colors. But I do have them in the inks, like either the sprays or the stamp pads. So it's a good way to give yourself some colored papers without having to go buy a bunch or something. Especially if you got a lot of scraps. That was a genius idea that Louisa Heinzel came up with. Genius. Sticky, sticky. Whoopsie. Maiming the dragonfly here. Crazy dragonfly. Not a real dragonfly for sure. At least I don't think any of them have wings like that. The damsel, or they called damsel flies or whatever, they kind of have that look, but not really. So this will go in here. And then we need to figure out where exactly I want it. I keep bumping everything, I apologize. Let's see. I feel like right in here I don't have a whole lot of anything. Could go on that page. That would be a little interesting. Let me see, where did that... I don't know if this will fit or hang off the page, but I guess I could cut that down a tiny bit. Yeah, see, it's going to hang out or hang off. But I'll just cut it a little bit so that it'll fit. I do like it there, though, because I like the flowers here. So I think that's where I'll put it. You know what I could do? Let's just make it a belly band. And then it won't matter how wide that is. If we don't put any glue at that back side, that will work. Try to get it sort of in the middle here. Ooh. I stink at getting these straight, especially when the pages are sewn in. I noticed that one at the back, I got a little crooked. But once it's glued, it's glued. There's no going back on that. That will work. And then we'll just back this and it'll be all ready to go. Let's use, I think I want to use some more of this dyed paper. And that's just paper sprayed with the Tim Holtz. Do I want to make it... Carol Law's trick here. I'll glue it right onto that. Hi, Pasha. Did you just wake up? Did you have good sleeps? He thought he wanted to go out this morning, but it was pouring rain. He went and sat out on the patio for a little bit and then was like, I'm going to bed. Going to bed. It's not 80 degrees yet. He gets really disgruntled about it not being 80 degrees yet. I agree completely. We definitely see eye to eye on that. Scissors. There might be other things we don't see eye to eye on, but that we do. Yeah, I see people combing their Persians on Instagram, and they're just all like purry. Like, I don't understand. What did I do wrong? Because Pasha is not all purry. Like, combing their stomachs and everything. Well, Pasha won't even let us touch his stomach. He wants no part of that. He just chomps. A lot of cats will let you pet their bellies too, but he is not one of those cats. He not having it. Are you gonna lick plastic? Of course. He goes and finds all my plastic bags that have paper in them. Never had a cat do that before. I have had other people tell me their cat does that too, but that is... I've had cats my whole life. That's one of his favorite pastimes. He licks his food bag in the pantry too, and it's like, I swear I feed the cat. You would think I didn't, but I do. Pasha. No, thank you. Little cat. Pasha. He likes that real crunchy paper or plastic. That's his favorite to lick and lick and lick. Yeah, I like that. So then you open it and it's a nice little writing spot and then more writing spot back here. I'm going to ink this a little bit more. Very nice. Very grungy. Might add something to that, but for now, let's just see if it fits in there. And I think it's going to be great. Why I didn't think of that sooner. There we go. See? Ha-ha. All right, guys. I think I will let you go there. And I will say have a fabulous, fabulous day. And we will see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.